You ever heard of a radio station that just buzzes? Sounds weird, right? Well, what if that buzz could actually be the countdown to a new global conflict? For almost 50 years, this phantom signal has been out there, haunting the airwaves. But just recently, it broadcast a message that sent a real chill down the spine of intelligence agencies everywhere. So let's dive in and uncover the story behind what some are calling the Doomsday Radio.
So, on November 17th, 2025, that endless buzzing noise, it suddenly stopped. And then this came through. A string of just bizarre, coded words. Most of it sounds like complete nonsense, right? But then, right at the end, one word stood out, clear as day, Latvia. And trust me, that one single word is why everyone is freaking out.
And that right there brings us to the massive, high-stakes question that's on everybody's mind. Why on earth would a secret Russian military radio station suddenly broadcast the name of a NATO country? I mean, what are we looking at here? Is this just some kind of test, or is it something far more terrifying, like a warning?
Okay, so to really get why this is so alarming, you have to understand where this signal is coming from. See, this message didn't just pop up on some random frequency. No way. It came from a total enigma, a real ghost of the Cold War. And mentioning Latvia, well, that's pretty much one of the most dangerous things it could possibly broadcast. Just try to picture this. For 50 years, half a century, 24/7, there's this low metallic buzz that just drones on and on and on. Anyone, and I mean anyone, with a simple shortwave radio can tune in and hear it right now. It never stops. It's kind of unnerving, actually. And that sound, that's its signature.
So, what is this thing? Well, radio enthusiasts have given it a bunch of names over the years. But its real purpose? That's still one of the world's great unsolved mysteries. It's this global enigma that seems to crackle to life right when the world is holding its breath.
Okay, let's get into the specifics. Formerly, it used to be called UVB-76. Now its call sign is MDZHB. But, to pretty much everyone who follows this stuff, it's just the buzzer. And yeah, some people have even nicknamed it the Doomsday Radio. And you might be thinking, shortwave radio, isn't that ancient technology? Well, yeah, but for military operations, it's actually perfect. It's super robust, it's incredibly hard to trace, and you can't just hack it like the internet. It's the perfect medium for a ghost station.
Now, to really wrap our heads around the threat today, we've got to go back in time. The station isn't new. It's a relic, a true ghost from the absolute tensest period of the 20th century. We're talking the Soviet era.
And man, its history is just as weird as its broadcasts. It first popped up sometime in the 70s, and somehow it just kept on going even after the Soviet Union collapsed. Then in 2010, things got really strange. Listeners started hearing, shuffling noises and voices in the background, and then poof, the station abruptly moved. A couple years later, its call sign changed. But here's the really crucial part. In 2022, right when the invasion of Ukraine started, the number of messages just exploded. And then, just this year, a drone attack actually knocked it offline for a little while, the first time it's gone silent in decades.
And here's the kicker. Even though there's overwhelming evidence linking this station to Russian military sites, the government has never, not once, officially acknowledged that the buzzer even exists. Think about that. Their official position is, what station? This complete silence just makes the whole mystery even deeper, and honestly fuels all the crazy speculation about what it's really for.
Which, of course, brings us to the biggest question of all: what is the station actually for? Over the years, people have come up with dozens of theories, and they range from the pretty plausible to the absolutely terrifying.
All right, so let's run through the big ones. A lot of people think it's a classic number station, broadcasting coded messages to spies out in the field, or maybe it's for talking to nuclear submarines hiding deep underwater. Another pretty logical idea is that the buzz is just a keep alive signal, a bit like a dial tone, just to show that the line is open and working. Plausible, right? But then there's the darkest theory of them all.
And that is the theory of the dead hand system. The idea here is absolutely chilling. It suggests that the buzzer is a dead man switch. So if Russia's top command were ever wiped out in a surprise nuclear attack, the buzzing would finally stop, and that silence would be the trigger. It would automatically launch Russia's entire nuclear arsenal in one final apocalyptic act of revenge. No human intervention needed.
And this is exactly why people listen so closely.
History has shown us, time and again, that when that buzz gets interrupted by actual messages, it's often a sign that something big is about to happen on the world stage. This station doesn't talk much, but when it does, believe me, the world listens.
So that brings us right back to today. With everything going on in the world, all the instability, the recent flood of activity on the buzzers suggests that global tensions aren't just simmering anymore. They might actually be reaching a boiling point.
I mean, just take a look at this. Before 2022, getting a coded message on this thing was a pretty rare event. But when the war in Ukraine kicked off, boom, they shot way up. And now, in 2025, the number of messages we're seeing is totally unprecedented. This isn't just random noise, folks. Observers are convinced this is a clear, deliberate pattern of escalating communication.
Okay, so let's go back and look closer at that really bizarre message from November. Nantokiyuk. That's complete gibberish in any language we know of. Bolonsky, that's Russian for bolognese, like the pasta sauce. Seriously, galvanizer is just a plain English word. Some analysts are guessing it could be a metaphor for the old Iron Curtain, but who knows? It's this total jumble of nonsense and code with the name of a country just dropped right in the middle.
And this is the one critical fact that changes everything. Latvia isn't just some random neighboring country. It is a full-fledged member of NATO. And being a member of NATO means it's protected by the famous Article 5. And Article 5 is a very, very simple promise. An attack on one member is considered an attack on all of them. So if Russia were to attack Latvia, that would be seen as an attack on the United States, on the UK, France, Germany, the whole shebang, all 32 members of the alliance.
So let's be absolutely crystal clear about what this means. That single word, broadcast from this ghost radio station, is a direct reference to a scenario that could trigger Article 5, and that could lead directly to a World War III scenario between the world's biggest nuclear powers.
So, what are we supposed to make of all this? What does this phantom signal really mean? Is it just some complicated military test, a simple technical glitch, or is it exactly what it sounds like, a deliberate and really chilling warning? For now, the truth is still out there, buzzing away in the static. So I want to know, what's your theory? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.